We are unique among nations in tolerating the proliferation of guns on our streets and allowing civilians to routinely purchase high-powered weapons of war. Nobody else does this. And those who profit from this commerce know how to feed our fear and exploit our divisions and distract us with specious arguments that carnage and mayhem are somehow the price of our freedom. And even though most of us know better, even though not just the majority of Americans, but the majority of responsible gun owners understand that something fundamental needs to change, collectively we still refuse to act on what the data and common sense tell us. So we pretend that the sky-high rates of gun violence in our society are somehow inevitable. We pretend that the proliferation of guns has nothing to do with the fact that on a per capita basis we have 3 times more murders than Canada, 4 times more than France, 7 times more than Australia, 26 times more than Japan. We pretend that the best we can do for the families of Sandy Hook, Uvalde, and Parkland, and Virginia Tech, and so many other communities is to tinker around the edges and then offer rote recitations of our thoughts and our prayers when violence explodes once again. So I will admit it, I still get angry every time I read about the latest senseless shooting, whether it is in a church or a synagogue, in a grocery store or on a college campus or in a home or on a city street. I still feel anger, and I hope you do too. The good news is that of late I've sensed that slowly, steadily, the tide may be turning, that we're not just condemned to repeat the mistakes of the past, and that real change is possible. 10 years ago, we would have all understood if the families of Sandy Hook Elementary had simply asked for their privacy and closed themselves off from the world. The temptation must have been powerful. But instead, you took unimaginable sorrow and channeled it into a righteous cause. And in the face of cruel conspiracy theorizing and nasty partisan politics and perhaps worst of all, inertia and indifference and the TV cameras shifting to the latest distraction, you just kept on going. And you set an example of strength and resolve and grace, which makes me very proud.